So what is one good reason that we don't follow God's will all the time? All the bad reasons I'm aware of. What's a good reason? It's a compulsion? Like what? You're compelled. You're compelled by?
Going into the ego trip and other things.
But you're compelled means that you have no agency in the matter. A thought comes, yes? Any other way to be compelled?
No.
So a thought comes, and some thought is just so strong that you're compelled.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah?
Most of the time, yes.
Most times the thought is that strong that you're just compelled.
Yeah, I see it more and more that I can go towards it or not. I can grasp it.
Yes, but are you saying that I allow myself to go with a lot of thoughts, but I see that I allow myself more and more? Or you're saying that some thoughts are not that compelling now, but many thoughts are still, I'm compelled. Is different from tempted? What is the difference between compelled and tempted?
It feels like compelled, you act upon it, and tempted, you see it, but you don't.
No, you could act on your temptation also, on your temptation as well.
Okay.
But compelled is that you're forced to.
Yes. Okay.
You're hostage to that situation.
Yes.
So did you mean that you're tempted or compelled?
That's a good one. I didn't ask myself that before. Sometimes it feels like compulsion, yeah. Because there is not even space to see that I have a choice to go with it or not. And sometimes I would say it's a temptation because I see it coming and I can choose not to go with it. But it's quite recent.
Try to see it now. Produce one thought which is inherently compelling.
Yeah, for instance, I don't know, at night I cannot sleep and I think of just watching some YouTube videos. So
no, I'm saying right now.
Right now, yeah.
Wait for a thought to come which is inherently compelling and you have no choice but to believe it.
Okay, the thought is right now it's super easy. It's pretty clear and present. But when I be away, it's gonna be difficult to be again in.
Yes. So this is tempting, or it comes in nothing. There's no choice in the matter.
There is a possibility to discard and come back here. Yeah.
But
no, I just see that I predict my own unenlightenment, in the
yes,
near
but
future.
how do you do it? With the thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you have to get it at the root. Now let's return to that conversation we were having earlier. The root of the matter is that to become free, we have to do the work thought by thought, moment by moment. We cannot fix it at a layer of abstraction where we can say, oh, this is my condition. My problem is that I just feel that I'll be unenlightened. No, that is not your problem.
It's a thought.
You see, the problem is the next thought. So unless you zero in on that, and you're completely clear, all of you, that nothing else is a problem in your life except your seeming compulsion, but actually temptation to believe the content of your next thought. That's all it is. See, the mind would love to obfuscate this and make it about something else. It's about this, it's about the world being so unfair, it's about God having created this world and then left us to our own devices. Some nonsense theory it can make like that. You see? And then it's okay, solve that, then you'll be free. You see, the thief has set you on a wild goose chase and you'll be chasing clouds forever. You'll never catch the thief like that. The thief is the next thought, auditioning for your attention and belief. Till you don't see that it is not proposing my reality, it is only building a narrative for the non-existent ego. See? And everything that is needed in life is there inherently in presence itself. Till then, you will not recognize that it is God's presence that pulsates within you. Then the seeking will continue like that.
So Father, the temptation part, right? Compulsion is not there, but I've experienced that for a longer time. If I'm with God, there's a very strong temptation of getting out of it. It could come in
If
form
you're
of
in the presence for a long time, then the temptation comes that you must get out of it. Yes.
yes, which can include very much of the short-term pleasures, which
Yeah.
could be anything. But then that's also real. So how
That is
would
also real.
temptations are there? So how would I?
So, what is the problem? When we change the problem from what I'm saying to something else, then we abstract it to a level that we can never really resolve it. We say it's about this one, it's about this one, it's about this one, it's about my life, it's about my parents, my partner, my children. The thief is sitting right there. Right there.
Other one, I think if it's not about everything, but I still would want to forget that and get lost in, let's say, watching cricket or watching movie, or go and play and get lost and get away from the continuous knowing. That temptation, Father, again.
What can, but you see that it's a temptation and not a compulsion, yes?
I can procrastinate it for some time, but that comes by.
So if you put on the movie, what happens?
So I am lost into that. I forget.
In what way? Attention?
Yes, attention and belief, everything goes there. I start believing that, right?
Slowly, slowly. So attention goes, yes. You can perceive the world, you can perceive everything. Now, what happened with attention? Okay. But the minute you start saying, this should not happen, you believe it. You see? When you watch cricket, do you suffer?
No.
You never suffer? Okay, that's very good.
No.
Most of my friends, when they watch cricket, they suffer a lot. Oh, he should not get out. He should always do this. He always does this.
Yeah.
My son, when he watches football, he stands in front of the TV and yells at the players. He thinks that they will hear him. They will hear him all the way to Manchester. He yells at them. Can you watch without that? And that can happen playfully. You see? But we'll come to that play. That's very tricky. So we'll come to that playfully in a moment. What has to happen in front of you right now for you to suffer? Inherently, if something happens and you suffer.
You do not accept what is happening. Unacceptance isn't suffering. Not accepting.
If I don't accept what you're saying, then you'll inherently suffer.
If I don't accept what is happening, I will suffer.
Okay. What tells you what is happening?
It's my thoughts.
So how do you know what is happening?
Yeah, my mind is telling me.
Yeah?
Yeah, those thoughts and minds, which is telling
That is
me.
are you talking about accepting those thoughts?
No, I am saying that my thoughts will be saying that what is happening is not correct for me.
Yeah. But how do you know what's really happening? What's happening now?
I get your point.
This is happening. So in our constant determinations of what is, we lose what is. You realize that simple thing. Because we are constantly determining what is happening, we lose touch with what is happening. We don't live because we just interpret. Yeah.
So, Father, are you saying that?
A good example came up, so let me just say
Okay.
it. So, when I started intermittent fasting, and somebody told me it's very good because the body can either digest or heal. It can't do both. You see? So, if your stomach is empty and you don't have to digest anything, then your body can heal. Okay? So, in our life, we can either meet what is or interpret what is. Cannot do both.
So, defining that moment as my temptation itself is, it's already in that mode, already gone case here. I am getting it.
These provisional thorns are just used so that the other deeply embedded thorn can be taken out. So if you're in the belief that you're just victim and hostage to your thoughts, and you have no say in the matter, these masters just keep talking all day saying, let go, let go, let go. But you're compelled. So to remove that thorn that it's a compulsion, then we may use a provisional thorn called temptation. When you get too attached to that one, then we remove that.
Thank you.
Nothing can compel you to be egoic. And what is egoic? To take yourself to be something. You want the mic? Oh, have you let go of the hot seat? Okay. It still blocks a lot.
So that interpretation of what is different from really seeing what is.
Yes. But seeing, not like, you don't mean sight, right?
No.
Yes.
So yet in that role of the mind is that interpretation of what is actually, right?
Yes.
That person comes and together with the mind, it gets into the stories and
The mind comes up with an interpretation of what is.
yeah.
What can we do with that interpretation? We can give it our attention, or we can give it our belief. So best not to do either. But since the first one is very tricky, and people spend maybe lifetimes trying to perfect some yogic sadhana to try and withdraw their attention from the thought, it's much simpler to not put the other locker key, which will The
So
two keys that open a locker.
Yeah. So that just
But this
observe.
locker has nothing good in it.
No. Yeah. Okay. So that is to just observe it.
To just allow
Allow.
it to come and go. You see? Observing is also tricky because sometimes you just feel like,
Yeah. So open and empty, that's why you said. Yeah.
if you just, all of you just hear that, then I don't need to say much
Yeah.
after that. How do I convey to you the distinction? What you give up for what? What you give up for what? Some instinct of self-importance. For that you give up God's light. For an instant of having things your way, you give up God's way. To serve the selfish notions of this me, we give up our life of servitude to God.
Father, what about habit? It's matter of habit that it just comes like that. Is it the same thing?
It's a matter of habit in the sense that you may, because you've done it for so long, you may just feel like the cigarette comes in my fingers, it lights itself, and I start smoking. It's just habit. Then when you come to the de-addiction center, they tell you it doesn't pick itself up. You pick it up. You say, oh, me? I never pick it up. It just, when you start looking slowly, yes, yeah, I pick it up. But I don't light it. It just lights itself. You know, this anger lights itself. It's automatic. You don't know how many times I've heard the word automatic in satsang. So it's just automatic. But then when you say, okay, look really slowly, let it light itself automatically. Lighting itself is belief. So your attention may go to it, but without belief, it's nothing. It doesn't happen automatically. It may be a habit, and that's why satsang happens thrice a week. If it is not a habit, then it's even rational what I'm saying. You see, so even your rationality would agree and say, that's it, I have to stop. But it doesn't stop. It goes on slowly. Mostly. Very few just come to satsang, hear it once and even if it does happen, the next week they're like, oh. Then they come next week, so simple, I can never lose this. And the minute they buy the idea, and all the spiritual notions are very attractive. Non-doership. I am not the doer. Yes. This is so freeing. I can just do whatever I want. I am not the doer. You see? So we get into these kind of things. You see? And Guru Kripa Kevalam. Everything is Guru's grace. I don't have to worry at all. Just whatever is fine. And life slaps you. And we forget Guru Kripa Kevalam. Satsang doesn't work for me. I'm giving up on spirituality. I need to lead my life, and get it under control. Then I'll come back to God. All this kind of ups and downs happen. So that is the habit. But when you come to the de-addiction center, then you're told that actually you can stop. It may be wobbly. You will get withdrawal symptoms mostly, you see, but you can stop.
When I
Otherwise, just one more thing. Otherwise, Jnana Yoga would not be a path at all. If it was so compelling, you see, that it's almost like a physical obstruction, then just by meeting like this and talking would not work. Then you'd have to do some Hatha Yoga, switch over something, some energetic system would have to change somewhere. Something would have to change physically. You see, if it was like a true compulsion in the world. Here we just sit and talk. Ah, it comes and it goes.
yeah, when you talk about like being reminded constantly, and this is why there is satsang thrice a week. I just feel to really dive in and almost to be in a rehabilitation center and being like knocked out as I've
Yes.
been knocked out,
Yes.
to believe that I
Yes,
was.
but don't change the problem from that to even this.
Yeah,
What is the root of the problem?
this I'm believing the thought
Which one?
that I have to.
No, the next thought.
But even the present thought.
Which present?
Thought.
Which present? As you start looking like that, what all it will reveal to you.
Yeah, it's like creating stories and future obstacle to to avoid, and it just one movie being played.
So just be empty. Remain empty, come what may. When you're not empty, next moment come back to empty. Don't postmortem, don't say, oh, this happened, this is my problem, this always happened to me, all this stuff. It's not helpful. What is the best gift you can give to yourself? Best medicine for every condition that you may have. God's light in this moment. Not your diagnosis and your reporting about what's wrong with you or what's right with you. Empty yourself. You don't even have to empty yourself. You are empty. Don't fill yourself up with garbage. It's all garbage. It sounds so meaningful, no? Oh, then this happens to me. Then that happens to me. And then when I do like that, then I realize. Then this. Throw it. Throw it. Who are you taking yourself to be?